Have you ever felt that strange pull to stop scrolling? Like something important is trying to reach you right now? This isn't just another random video. You found this for a reason. Before you skip, take a breath, because what you're about to hear might be the one message your soul has been waiting for. 1. The power of divine timing. Have you ever noticed how certain things in life only seem to happen when you're truly ready for them? You might have tried something months or even years ago, and it didn't work out. But now, out of nowhere, the same opportunity reappears, and it feels different. That's divine timing at work. It's the universe's way of aligning circumstances, people, and moments perfectly so that what's meant for you arrives when you can actually handle and appreciate it. Divine timing isn't about luck or coincidence, it's about alignment. Think about planting a seed. You can't rush it to grow overnight. It needs sunlight, water, and time. In the same way, your goals, relationships, and dreams need certain experiences to unfold before they can fully bloom. Sometimes delays are actually protection, keeping you from situations you're not yet prepared for. What looks like a setback could be life redirecting you towards something better suited for your growth. It's easy to get frustrated when things don't happen on your schedule. You might feel like you're falling behind or missing your moment. But what if your moment hasn't been missed? It's just being prepared. Divine timing teaches patience and trust. Instead of forcing outcomes, you learn to align with the flow of life, taking inspired actions and letting go of the constant need for control. A great example is when people meet their life partner after years of failed relationships. Those previous experiences weren't wasted. They shaped who they became, preparing them for the right person. Or when someone loses a job they thought they needed, only to find a purpose-driven career that lights up their soul months later. In hindsight, everything makes sense. The real power of divine timing lies in surrender, trusting that the universe is not late and that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. When you stop comparing your timeline to others and start believing that what's meant for you won't miss you, peace naturally follows. So if something isn't happening yet, don't panic. Stay open, stay ready, and keep growing. The universe moves with precision, not speed, and your breakthrough will arrive the moment you're truly ready to receive it. 2. The meaning of almost skipping. Important signs. Have you ever scrolled past a video, skipped a message, or ignored a random thought, only to realize later that it was exactly what you needed? That tiny hesitation, that almost skip, often hides something powerful. It's life's subtle way of testing your awareness. The moments you're most tempted to ignore something meaningful are usually the moments your soul is trying to get your attention. Almost skipping isn't just about videos or messages, it's a pattern. Think about how often we overlook people, opportunities, or ideas that seem ordinary at first glance. Maybe you felt drawn to reach out to someone but didn't. Maybe you had an idea that sparked excitement but brushed it off because it didn't seem practical. Those gentle nudges are not coincidences, they're signs. And when you almost skip them, you're standing at a spiritual crossroad, between staying the same or stepping into alignment with something greater. It's easy to miss these moments because they rarely come wrapped in dramatic signs. They're quiet, almost invisible. You might feel a soft pull, a gut instinct, or a strange sense of curiosity. But because our minds are always busy, scrolling, comparing, planning, we dismiss them. That's why awareness is everything. The more present you become, the more you start noticing these signals before they pass you by. For example, maybe you almost skipped a conversation that ended up inspiring your next big decision, or you nearly ignored an opportunity that later changed your path. These aren't accidents. They're confirmations that you're being guided. The universe often whispers before it shouts. If you keep missing the whispers, life will send louder lessons until you finally listen. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean overanalyzing everything. It means tuning into your intuition, the quiet knowing that speaks without words. Next time you feel that pause and that strange inner pull to stop scrolling or to listen a little longer, honor it. That might be the exact moment you were meant to awaken to something new. The truth is, every time you almost skip what's meant for you, you delay your alignment just a little longer. But when you choose to stay open, to trust that nudge, you invite clarity, synchronicity, and growth into your life. Sometimes the message you almost skipped is the one that was meant to change everything. 3. Why resistance appears before breakthroughs. Have you ever noticed that right before something amazing happens, everything suddenly feels harder? You start doubting yourself, plans fall apart, or unexpected challenges show up out of nowhere. That's not coincidence, it's resistance. And ironically, it often shows up right before your breakthrough. Resistance is like a final test from the universe, asking, are you really ready for what you've been asking for? When you set an intention for growth, whether it's inner peace, success, love, or purpose, you also trigger change. And change disrupts comfort. It stirs up everything that no longer aligns with your next level. That discomfort isn't a sign to quit. It's proof that transformation is happening beneath the surface. Think of a butterfly before it emerges from its cocoon. The struggle to break free isn't punishment. It's necessary. Without resistance, its wings wouldn't strengthen and it wouldn't be able to fly. In the same way, your challenges are strengthening the parts of you that need to grow so you can sustain what you've been praying for. Often, people misread resistance as failure. When things get tough, we assume we're off track. But more often than not, it means we're right on track. The pressure you feel before a breakthrough is your old self being stretched, your limits being expanded. That's why everything seems to go wrong just before it all starts going right. For example, someone might feel ready to start a new business or step into a purpose-driven path, but suddenly fear takes over, finances tighten, or self-doubt creeps in. It's not sabotage. It's the universe clearing out old energies, beliefs, and attachments that can't come with you to the next chapter. The key is to recognize resistance instead of fighting it. When it appears, pause and remind yourself, this is just the friction before flight. Instead of running, lean into it. Breathe, stay grounded, and trust that every obstacle has a purpose. To prepare, not punish you. So the next time everything feels like it's falling apart, remember, it's not the end. It's the breaking point where the old dissolves and the new begins. Your breakthrough isn't somewhere far away. It's just on the other side of resistance. Keep moving, because you're closer than you think. 4. How to listen to inner guidance. Your inner guidance is that quiet voice inside that always seems to know what's right for you, even when logic, fear, or other people's opinions try to convince you otherwise. It's your built-in compass, a direct connection to your higher self or the universe. The challenge is that it rarely shouts, it whispers. And in a noisy, fast-paced world, learning to listen to it is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Inner guidance doesn't come from overthinking. It usually arrives as a feeling, a sudden knowing, or a calm sense of direction that doesn't always make sense at first. You might feel drawn to reach out to someone, take a new path, or say no to something that everyone else says yes to. That's your intuition, gentle but persistent. When you ignore it, you often feel restless or uneasy. But when you follow it, even without full clarity, things start to flow naturally. The key to hearing this voice is stillness. When your mind is cluttered with doubt, comparison, or worry, it's almost impossible to notice your intuitive nudges. That's why practices like meditation, journaling, prayer, or even silent walks in nature are so powerful. They quiet the noise so your inner voice can be heard. You can also tune in to how your body reacts. Inner guidance often speaks through sensations. A light feeling in your chest when something is right, or a heavy knot in your stomach when something isn't. Over time, you start recognizing these signals instinctively. Another way to strengthen your connection is through trust. Intuition grows louder when it's respected. Each time you follow that inner pull, even in small decisions, you build a deeper bond with your higher self. And as that trust grows, so does your confidence in your path. For example, maybe you had a strong feeling not to attend a certain event, and later realized something negative happened there. Or perhaps you felt nudged to start something new, and that decision opened unexpected doors. Those aren't coincidences. They're validations that your inner compass works. Learning to listen to your inner guidance doesn't mean you'll always know every answer instantly. It means you'll never be truly lost, because deep down, you already have the wisdom you're searching for. You just need to be quiet enough to hear it. 5. The importance of stillness and awareness. In a world that constantly demands your attention, stillness has become a rare superpower. We're so used to noise, notifications, scrolling, conversations, and endless to-do lists that silence can feel uncomfortable. Yet it's within that silence where clarity, healing, and awareness are born. Stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's about creating space to reconnect with yourself and the present moment. When you slow down, you begin to notice things that usually go unseen, the subtle signs, intuitive nudges, and inner feelings that guide your path. Awareness starts with observation. It's realizing that not every thought deserves your energy, and not every emotion needs an immediate reaction. When you observe instead of react, you gain power. You start to see patterns, why you feel anxious, what triggers doubt, or what environments drain your energy. That's how real transformation begins, through awareness, not force. Think about how muddy water becomes clear when left still. The same thing happens within you. When you give your mind a moment to rest, your thoughts settle, and the truth rises naturally to the surface. Stillness allows you to hear the whispers of your soul, the inner guidance that gets drowned out by chaos. You don't need to escape to the mountains or meditate for hours to practice stillness. It can be as simple as pausing before reacting, taking mindful breaths, or putting your phone down for a few minutes to simply be. These small moments reconnect you with your center, reminding you that peace isn't found outside. It's cultivated within. Awareness and stillness also help you recognize divine timing. When you're fully present, you begin to see how everything connects. The coincidences, the lessons, the synchronicities. You realize that nothing is random, and that even the smallest moments carry meaning when you're aware enough to notice them. The truth is, stillness doesn't make life slower, it makes it deeper. It allows you to experience each moment with more gratitude, understanding, and purpose. When you move through life with awareness, you stop chasing and start aligning. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, pause. Take one deep breath. That single moment of stillness might reveal what you've been searching for all along, a sense of peace that was never missing, just waiting to be noticed. 6. Overcoming self-doubt. Self-doubt is one of the biggest barriers between you and the life you're meant to live. It's that small, persistent voice that whispers, "You're not ready," "You're not good enough," or "What if you fail?" And the truth is, everyone hears that voice. The difference between those who move forward and those who stay stuck isn't confidence. It's courage. The courage to take action despite the doubt. Self-doubt usually doesn't appear because you're incapable. It shows up when you're stepping into something new, something that challenges your comfort zone. Think about it. If you were staying small or repeating old patterns, doubt wouldn't even bother you. It only shows up when growth is near. That means every time you feel that hesitation or fear, it's actually a sign that you're expanding, not failing. The key is not to fight self-doubt, but to understand it. See it as a protective instinct, trying to keep you safe from the unknown. Then thank it and move forward anyway. The more you act in the presence of doubt, the weaker its grip becomes. Confidence doesn't magically appear before action. It grows from action. Every time you take a step, even a small one, you prove that inner voice wrong. A great way to break free from doubt is to shift your focus from perfection to progress. Don't wait until you have all the answers or feel completely ready. That moment rarely comes. Start where you are, with what you have. Your belief in yourself builds through experience, not certainty. Surround yourself with reminders of your past wins, no matter how small. Write them down, revisit them often, and let them remind you of how far you've already come. Self-doubt loses its power when faced with evidence of your resilience. Remember, even the most successful people question themselves. What separates them is that they keep showing up. So when doubt tries to hold you back, take it as a cue, a sign that you're walking towards something meaningful. You don't need to be fearless to move forward. You just need to take one brave step in faith. The more you do, the quieter that voice of doubt becomes, and the louder your confidence will grow. 7. Recognizing spiritual nudges. Have you ever had a random thought that felt important, or a coincidence so perfectly timed it gave you chills? Those aren't random. They're spiritual nudges. These gentle signs are how the universe, God, or your higher self communicates with you. They guide, protect, and align you with the path you're meant to follow, often appearing when you're uncertain or standing at a crossroads. Spiritual nudges rarely come as loud, dramatic moments. Instead, they're subtle, an inner feeling, a repeated number pattern, a song that plays at the perfect moment, or even a phrase you keep hearing from different people. They're whispers from the divine, saying, "Pay attention. This matters." The challenge is that in our fast-paced lives, we often dismiss them as coincidences or imagination. But when you slow down and stay present, you begin to notice how often these signs appear and how precisely they show up when you need them most. For example, you might be feeling lost, and suddenly someone says exactly what you needed to hear. Or you're thinking about making a big decision, and a sign shows up confirming your gut feeling. Those moments are the universe's way of reassuring you that you're not walking alone. Recognizing spiritual nudges requires trust and openness. The more you acknowledge them, the clearer they become. It's like tuning a radio. At first, you only hear static, but as you adjust your awareness, the signal strengthens. Keeping a journal helps too. Write down the signs you notice and how they make you feel. Over time, you'll start to see patterns that connect beautifully with your life journey. It's also important not to overanalyze or chase signs. True spiritual guidance flows naturally. It doesn't cause anxiety or confusion. If something feels forced or fearful, it's likely coming from the mind, not your higher self. Real nudges bring peace, even when they lead you toward uncomfortable growth. So the next time something catches your attention, a repeated message, a dream, or a sudden inner knowing, pause and listen. Ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? You'll often find that it's exactly the direction you needed to take. Trust that the universe is always speaking. The signs were never missing. You just needed to start noticing. 8. Shifting from fear to trust. Fear is one of the most natural human emotions. It tries to protect us from danger, rejection, and uncertainty. But when fear starts controlling your choices, it becomes a cage that limits your potential. Most of the time, fear isn't warning you of real danger. It's warning you that you're stepping into the unknown. And ironically, the unknown is exactly where growth and miracles live. Shifting from fear to trust doesn't mean pretending you're not scared. It means choosing to believe in something greater than your fear, whether that's the universe, divine timing, or your own inner strength. Fear says, what if it goes wrong? Trust says, what if it goes right? That single shift in perspective can change everything. When you trust, you stop trying to control every detail. You start understanding that even the things that don't go your way are happening for you, not to you. Trust allows you to breathe, to relax into the flow of life instead of fighting against it. It's like learning to surf. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to ride them. One of the easiest ways to practice this shift is through awareness. When fear shows up, don't push it away or judge it. Instead, notice it and ask, what is this fear trying to teach me? Maybe it's showing you where you need more faith, where you're holding on too tightly, or where an old wound still needs healing. Fear often points directly to the areas that need love and release. Another powerful practice is gratitude. When you focus on what's working, you strengthen your trust in the process. Gratitude reminds you that life has already supported you in countless ways, and that it will continue to. Everyone feels fear, even those who seem fearless. The difference is that they've learned to move with fear, not against it. They let trust lead the way. So the next time fear whispers, don't take that step. Pause and choose faith instead. Trust that you're guided, supported, and exactly where you need to be. Because when you stop letting fear define your path, you open yourself to the beautiful truth. Life is always unfolding in your favor. 9. How to anchor yourself in the present. The present moment is the only place where life is actually happening, yet it's the place we spend the least time. Most of us are either replaying the past or worrying about the future. The problem is, when your mind is somewhere else, you miss the power and peace that exists right now. Learning how to anchor yourself in the present isn't about ignoring reality. It's about returning to your center, no matter what's happening around you. Being anchored means being fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without being swept away by them. Think of it like standing in the middle of a storm. The wind can blow and the waves can crash, but if your roots are deep, you remain steady. That inner steadiness comes from awareness, not control. One of the simplest ways to anchor yourself is through your breath. Your breath is always in the present. It can't exist in the past or future. Whenever you feel anxious or distracted, take a slow, conscious breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel the air move through you. It's a reminder that you are here, alive, and safe in this moment. Another powerful technique is mindfulness, paying attention to the small details you usually overlook. Notice the warmth of your tea, the sound of your footsteps, or the rhythm of your heartbeat. These simple acts pull you out of mental noise and back into presence. You can also anchor yourself by grounding your senses. Touch something with texture, look around and name 5 things you see, or listen deeply to the sounds around you. This sensory awareness helps shift you from thinking to being. When you're anchored in the present, worry loses its grip. You stop overanalyzing what's gone and fearing what's ahead. You start experiencing life as it unfolds, raw, real, and alive. And that's where peace resides. The truth is, everything you're searching for, clarity, happiness, connection, already exists here and now. You just have to pause long enough to feel it. So the next time your mind starts running away, gently bring it back to this moment. Breathe, look around, and remind yourself, this is the only place I need to be right now. 10. Accepting that you're exactly where you need to be. It's easy to look at your life and wonder if you're behind, like everyone else is moving faster, achieving more, or figuring things out while you're still trying to catch up. But here's a truth that brings peace once you truly let it in. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Every delay, detour, and disappointment is part of a larger design that's shaping you into who you're meant to become. Life isn't a straight line. It's a series of perfectly timed lessons. The moments that feel like pauses are often the spaces where growth is happening quietly, beneath the surface, beyond your awareness. You might not see the progress yet, but it's unfolding in divine order. Just like seeds take time to sprout underground before they bloom, your journey is developing in ways you can't always see. When you resist where you are, you create suffering. But when you accept your current chapter, even the uncomfortable parts, you open yourself to peace and possibility. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that this stage has purpose. It's understanding that the challenges you face are preparing you for the blessings ahead. Think about it. The times you felt lost or stuck in the past often led you to unexpected breakthroughs. You met the right person, found a new path, or discovered strength you didn't know you had. None of that would have happened if things had gone according to your original plan. Sometimes not getting what you want is the universe's way of protecting you or redirecting you towards something greater. To fully embrace this truth, shift your focus from what's missing to what's unfolding. Ask yourself, what is this season trying to teach me? When you approach life from that mindset, even uncertainty becomes meaningful. You start to see beauty in the waiting, strength in the challenges, and faith in the timing. You don't need to rush or compare. Your journey is unique, and everything is happening at the pace your soul needs. Trust that you're not late, not lost, and not forgotten. You're simply in the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. And this moment, right now, is an essential part of that unfolding. You were meant to hear this today. Trust your timing and keep moving forward with faith. Comment, I am ready for my next chapter, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pure Quantum.